What's going on, people? It's your boy City. Welcome back to On My Left and Right Nut YouTube channel, man. And I got a special video today, especially for myself. It's a big moment. We gonna title this video, I'm prepared for the next level up on my SR journey. Now, I hope y'all are having a good morning, man. It was kind of an unorthodox morning for me. I showed up to work just for them to tell me I had to go do my physical, so I can't work until I get that done. And so they sent me home. They sent me to go get it done just to call me and say, hey, they don't open till 9 o'clock. So right now, I'm at Waffle House. Y'all know that's my spots of spots right there. I'm about to go grab me some breakfast. But before I get in here, I wanted to get a video done for y'all. I actually tried to get one done yesterday, but it ended up not working out. I was making the video and then my coworker got in the truck. I ain't wanted to be awkward, so I said, man, it might not be meant for me to do this video right now. But yeah, man, like I said about the title in the beginning, I'm ready for the next level up in my SR journey. And it's been going on for a while, but it was preparing me for these kind of moments, man. So I don't know if y'all got the chance to watch the video where I was talking about my boundaries was down and my crash outs was up. And it's also linked to the other video I had where I told y'all that I relapsed 2 days before my first 30-day streak. And I was trying to figure out, like, I know I didn't go those days for no reason, man. But this moment right here is what it was all about. So last night, man, I get off work, had a long day of work, and I'm just up there chilling. I'm on the phone with my dad, and I get a text message from my homeboy Tony asking me, did I want to go to Third Base? You know, Third Base is a bar out here. I don't know where they got them at worldwide, but I know they got them out here in Texas and Austin. And he asked me, did I want to go to Third Base? And I was like, yeah, man, I'll go with you. I was like, but that's the thing. That's what ended up happening last time, 2 days before my 30-day streak. I went there and I had some alcohol. And that always leads to crash outs for me, man. And so that's why I was telling y'all my boundaries was down, because I had to establish boundaries, or as far as drinking, what I allow myself to participate in, and even with my environments. But I'm still going to go out and enjoy my life. I'm still going to go chill with my homeboy, you know, that we do stuff together, we get out. So I'm not going to deprive myself of that or deprive him of going out with him. I ain't to that point where I'm not going to be like, nah. Now, when I get to that point, if I ever have to get to that point, I get there. But last night, we went to the bar, and he was like, man, it's been a long day. Like, before we got in there, we was pulling up. He was like, it's been a long day, man. I'm about to go get me something to drink. And I had told myself, I had prepped myself that whole night, well, from the time I got off, well, when I got his text message, I'm not drinking today. I'm not drinking. And I had told him, I was like, look, bro, I'm not drinking tonight. He was like, what you mean? You don't want a beer or nothing like that? I said, no, bro, I don't. He was like, why, man? Like, he was like, you don't even want no cider or nothing like that? And I was like, nah, bro, I'm good on that. I said, the thing is, bro, and like, he respected what I was saying. You know, of course, homeboys do. They talk to you about certain stuff and laugh and stuff. But I was telling him, I was like, look, bro, every time I drink, I crash out. And he started laughing. He said, man, you be trying to get nasty and do stuff. I said, exactly, bro. I said, I ain't trying to be on that no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, you know, I'm at the point where my SR journey where now I know my triggers, and I knew my triggers for a while, but now I'm starting to respect my yeses and nos, and being able to say, this ain't gonna work out for you. You could think you're a man enough to not, you could think you man enough to drink and not go home and watch videos and stuff, but it's not gonna work. Every time you do that, it gives you an excuse to crash out and want to go home and watch some videos or hit some females up that you don't need to be hitting up, or trying to tap back into past situationships, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, I'm not trying to do that. Not tonight, and I don't want to do it no more. I told him straight up, I said, man, it's time for me to hit my next level up. For a lot of people that know, like, I'm in ministry and I also am trying to get my CDL. And if I'm being real with y'all, like, CDL was the main reason I stopped smoking weed. But I knew there was a time in my ministry life where I was like, look, bro, I'm done with this too. I mean, I didn't start off as the perfect minister, bro. Maybe the guy, like, I know God can use me in any situation. So, but in the eyes of people that see you, oh, you're this and that. Nah, bro, I'm not perfect, you know. And it took me a while to break a habit of something I've been doing for at least a decade, of smoking weed almost every day. But for y'all that know, like, I ain't smoked in like anywhere from 7 to 9 months. You know, I can't even remember. I wasn't keeping days. I just knew I was stopping. And uh so I was good on that, you know what I'm saying? And even when it comes to my SR journey, like, no, I haven't been perfect. I ain't even hit my first 30-day streak yet, but I know it's coming, especially whenever I got my boundaries up now and I'm prepared to be like, yo, I'm not doing this, because I know my triggers now, and I know my spirit, and when I'm to myself, want to serve God and my highest self, you know what I'm saying? It don't want to. It's like what that Bible verse say, why do I do what I don't want to do? I'm realizing part of that is the situation, the environment, so the things you participate in cause you to do stuff you really don't want to do. So y'all keep that in mind. Like, y'all thinking y'all got issues with certain stuff or with the whole SR stuff, man. Sometimes it's the feeling you get from participating in the drinking, participating in the smoking. Even now, man, I got a vape, which I'm about to cut them out, which I did cut them out a good bit, but this one, I'm not going to buy another one after this one. Like, this like my second one I bought in the last, this probably my second one I bought in about as long as I stopped smoking weed. So it's probably been 7, 9 months where well, I can't say that exactly. I don't want to give it that. I'd say at least 5 months. I'd say at least 5 months where I wasn't even buying vapes either. And I know, like, even when it comes to the Black and Miles, uh, the drinking always triggers me smoking black. So once I cut out that part of it, man, I'm gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? But as far as to what transpired with me and my homeboy when we went to the bar yesterday, it was kind of crazy. Hold on, my arms start to get to hurting. But it was kind of crazy, man. We got to the bar. Remind you, I've been having like crazy eternal energy. Now, physically, my energy's still on the up, but it ain't right where I want it. But spiritually, I've been seeing different stuff. I've been seeing different things happen, how people look at me, how people want to be around me. Like, mind you, like, I went to the gym. Like, last week, I had at least 2 of my coworkers come to my gym. The last 2 church services that I've had, I had coworkers wanting to come to church with me. And then I had a third one yesterday, you know. He called me preacher man at work or whatever. He was like, oh, here come preacher man. I said, you need to be in church yourself. He was like, you know what, you right, man. He said, next time you go, I want to go. He said, don't have me doing nothing I don't want to do, man. I don't want to be up there talking in front of people. He's like, but if you go, I really want to go. So, and I'm going to be real with you. Like, sometimes you don't know if people taking it serious with God. But this time, like, and he one of the people that I be feeling like, he be trying to mock, but it's almost like him mocking and his crying out for me to reach him. And that's where I'm at now, where I'm like, okay, you want to come? I'm going to bring you. And I'm going to let God handle you as far as, like, growing you. You know what I'm saying? That's not my responsibility to grow you, you know. But I can bring you around and have you around the right people, you know. So, like, even when I went to the gym, I had this girl, and I tell you, she bad, bro. I'm gonna just keep it real. She's bad, bro. And I've seen this girl multiple times. Have I seen her glance over there at me before? Yeah, but this last time I was in the gym, we locked eyes, and you could just see it in her. Like, she wanted your boy. I'm just gonna be real. She wanted your boy. So when I tell y'all it's been crazy energy going on, regardless of how long my streak has been, because I think when you start stockpiling streaks, and I'm gonna get to the story about what happened at the bar. It's a whole story, but I'm giving y'all some benefits and things that I'm noticing. You know, I might not have hit a 30-day streak. I might not have hit a 40-day streak, a 90-day streak yet. But my streaks are stockpiling to the point where my spirit is remembering. You know how like when you have like muscle memory and when you go work out in the gym and it don't take you long to get back to where you was at because your muscles remember it. In the spiritual realm, it don't take me as many days for my spirit to get that big again where the energy and magnetism is going off, right? So it's been a good week as far as the energy. So let's talk about the bar situation. We got into the bar, right? And I ordered me some wings. I ordered me some wings and Sprite, 12 wings, lemon pepper and hi. I don't know, it's something about bar wings and like places like Bombshells and Hooters, like they hot wings is good. Now if we going to like Wingstop or something, I'm getting lemon pepper and garlic palm, but at bars I need them hot wings, you know what I'm saying? That dipping sauce, that ranch and blue cheese. But yeah, so I ordered that. I ordered me a Sprite. My homeboy ordered him like a cider kind of drink or whatever. He was like, "Bro, you sure you don't want one?" I said, "Bro, I'm good." I knew once I said that, because all it takes is for you to say no one time, and it activates something. It triggers something in you where you don't want to do it again. But when you keep going in the loops of saying, "Yeah, just this last time," "Yeah, this last time," whatever, it keep you in the loop of, "Yeah, just this last time, just this last time." But this time I had a no. So we at this bar. There was these two ladies that was across the bar, like where I'm sitting there on the opposite side of the counter. And it's this older redhead lady, bro. I know she was she had to be at least like mid 50s. I ain't gonna lie to you, or probably early 60s. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. She looked good for her age, but you could tell. You could tell she was a little bit older. Like, I'm talking about, like, you could tell in the orange skin. I'm just gonna be real. Like, her orange skin, you could tell she was older, but her face and her, you know what I'm saying, the things that I love, them melons, because I'm a melon man. I'm just gonna be real with you. They was there. It was right. And she looked like, bruh, previous self. Now, I ain't gonna sit there and just be like, I'm trying to crack no old ladies. But the flesh in me be like, hey, bro, look, I done seen me enough videos in my days where I'm like, I'm trying to see what that feels like. I'm just gonna be real with you. But I'm on a higher place and a higher path where God want me to be at now, where things that I would be like, bro, if I hit this liquor a few times, bro, she gonna get clapped, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, she was across the bar. And normally, I ain't gonna lie, because I get my fair share. Don't get it twisted. I get women looking at me. But normally, like, my homeboy, he's the one that, I ain't gonna say that they just pay attention to him more than me. He's the one that speak more and has the mouthpiece more than me. I'm gonna chill for one. I'm a shy, you know what I'm saying? And like, back in school, like, I wasn't used to the whole people trying to talk to me, even just to come to find out later on they would have talked to me had I talked to them. But that's more me. That's more how I operate. So if I talk to you, I really, really like you. You know what I'm saying? But for whatever reason, this woman's across the bar, and there's these two guys that's right beside us, right? And they called them over to where they at. And they was like, "Come on over here." And they was like, "Me, whatever." She was like, "Yeah, you." So they went over there and they was talking for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And something within them talking, she was off of it. I don't know what happened. Mind you, I'm on the other side of the bar chilling with my homeboy waiting for my wings to get there. And whatever happened in that conversation was her and her homegirl and him and his homeboy. She wasn't feeling it no more. You know what I'm saying? So she over there looking at me. And like, remind you, when we came in, she was already looking. That's why I mentioned my homeboy. She was already looking at me. It was like she identified me. But she ended up asking the people beside us to come over there. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I'm just chilling. And like, right when our wings got there, she was looking at, like, she stopped paying attention to him and she was looking at me and was making the goofiest face. She kept, and I was like, wait, like, I'm like, I knew what she was trying to do, but I was like, I'm not used to being the one that identified to like, yo, come and talk to me or whatever. And then she was like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, help. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking, like, because it didn't seem like she was in no danger type situation. But it was like, she wanted, it gave her a reason to get me to try to come talk to her. But I was like, bro, I think this is another part of my test, bro, because I already said no to the drinking. And I felt like the temptation was like, oh, you going to say no to the drinking? You're not going to say no to this girl trying to get your attention. And with this woman, because like I said, she's older. And she just kept. And so, like, she had walked off to go to the bathroom, but I thought she was leaving because she was talking to her homegirl. She gave like a kiss, like almost like, not a, like on the face, like on the cheek or whatever. Like she was leaving, like, goodbye, be safe or whatever. And like the dude that was trying to talk to her, he kind of went around, was roaming around the bar or whatever. He's chilling, so I'm like, I guess that was dead, you know. But then she came back and sat with her homegirl. Her homegirl was still talking to the friend or whatever. And so I was telling my homeboy, I said, bro, you don't see her keep trying to get my attention. He looked at me, he said, look, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. You're gonna be on your own on this one. I'm not taking a friend, bro. He was like, I'm not taking that L. I said, nah, bro, you gonna take your L just like I was prepared to take my L, which I ain't never really had to take the L. But I've been in situations where in the past, he'd take the main one, and I'd be the one on the talk to the friend or whatever. And it's been on rare occasion, wasn't like it all the time. But I said, no, it's your role to play wingman. You supposed to be the one that take the L, you know, in a joking way, because I wouldn't even have him do that, you know what I'm saying? But like, so I'm like, all right, bro, it's good. And she just kept looking and staring at me, and she was like, and I was just like, yo, like, what? And she was making it very obvious she wanted to come and talk to me, bro. And that's not even the kicker, bro. When I tell you, I've never seen a woman make it as obvious as this woman made it that she wanted me, bro. She looked me dead in my eyes with the slowest lick of her lips. And I tell you, boy, the flesh of me could have guaranteed got the Glock goddamn of a lifetime. I'm not gonna hold you. I was like my ex said, I'm trying to see what that feel like, cause there's a redheaded older white lady, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just up there chilling in my skin, you know what I'm saying? And my homeboy, he know I practice SR. He said, yeah, man, she can feel that nut bubbling up in you cause you ain't released in a while. He was like, I said, bro, that's the crazy thing. I'm thinking that's really what it was. Cause it seemed like it started with older women and babies. Not on no weird stuff as far as babies, but it's like they can feel your pureness, your presence. It seemed like people that's more on the older extreme and the younger extreme can feel your life force more, and then it balanced out like after you've been doing it for a while where you were at in your time gap. That's what I feel. But bro, I'm telling you, bro, look, I told y'all I'm ministry, but I also be real with y'all. I could have went to the bathroom and got the nicks of nicks. The nicks of nicks. I'm talking about I could have been in there, bro. But my spirit not on that no more. God don't want me to be. I have to be an example, and that's the point where I'm at now. And that's why I know I'm telling y'all all this, but it's time. When I say I'm ready to level up, I've seen God giving me different tasks over the years where I kept failing. I fall off, I get back up. I fall off, I get back up. And I'm like, God, I think I'm ready to really pass this test. And it took a minute, bro. It didn't happen overnight. And still, bro, like that was the first time that it's happened. You know what I'm saying? Like where I really said no in the face of all the temptations around. I could have been like, I'm trying to get my own boy, like, bro, you could have got you some easy cheeks, bro. Whatever. I was like, bro, I know, but he was like, I told myself, I said, Mel, you did good today. My homeboy was like, no, you did. He said, she could have gave you the neck, bro. He said, she would have gave you the neck. I was like, bro, that's the thing. You know, and I know she would have did it. But my real power is in that being able to know that I could and I chose not to. He was like, man, you right, bro. And so, like, I was proud of myself because normally once we leave that bar, I'm like, bro, stop me at the gas station because now I'm drunk. Give me the excuse to, man, let me get this black and male. Let me feel a little bit better. Man, let me go watch some videos real quick. I'm just gonna edge a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna bust, you know what I'm saying? I'm just chill. Bro, if you get too in it, boy, you can't stop, boy. Heck nah. So I learned something last night. It was very big for my spiritual journey. And that's why I said I was ready to level up on my journey, man. And the thing is, when I got home, I had posted something in the Son of God Discord by self-revealed on YouTube. His name's Ben. I had posted in there. And I told him about, like, bro, I ain't telling him specifically. I put it in a general chat. I told him the experience that I just told y'all about. And he had posted, he said, man, that is crazy magnetism. Wow, bro. And I felt that, bro. I felt that. And I think highly of Ben, even though I don't personally know him. Like, his channel is one of the channels that I pay attention to the most because he tells me so much stuff that I need to know on this journey, man. And I felt good to be able to contribute, because I've been contributing a little bit more on the channel the last few days. I posted some books about my whole book collection. But to be able to have this story for people that might be going through the same thing that I'm going through, man, I wanted to tell them my experience and what I've been dealing with, man. So if y'all like this video, man, I'm going to end it right here. Y'all like, share, subscribe, man. And now I tell y'all that whole story. Guess what? That's on my left and right nut. Until next time, peace.